Raindrop, drip, drop top, smoking, no cooking the hot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.
Hello everyone, my name is Tiffany and welcome to my channel Foxey Sunrise. Today's pick a card reading is going to be general love messages. So we have 3 groups today. All the timestamps will be down below in the description box. Pick as many groups as you're called to. Group 1 is Sanctuary in reverse. Group 2 is Divine Sensuality, also in reverse. And group 3 is Homeland, upright. Okay, so like I said, all the timestamps are down below in the description box. Please excuse the glare. I'm facing a window, but it's a really nice view, so I will see you at your group. Hello, group 1. If you chose Sanctuary, this is your reading for love messages. So when I originally shuffled your group earlier, I got a lot of clingy energy, like super attached, gripping energy. An inability to let go. So we have Listen, Judgment in reverse, 10 of Wands, and Ace of Swords. So I feel like this group, especially with the emphasis of listen, Sanctuary, I want to read this card. It says privacy, inviolate personal space, respected boundaries and taboos. So this is what it looks like upright. That's what it says. There's a glare because I'm working in front of a window, but it's like super pretty outside, so hopefully that's not too big a deal. Oops. Yeah, so I'm seeing an emphasis on the mind, and so this group feels stubborn. It feels very stubborn and fixated, and because of the way that you're thinking, and maybe even the idea that you have of this this relationship, the idea that you have fixated in your mind doesn't match the reality of things. So it's kind of blocking out whatever advice that you might be given. So I'm not saying per se to break up, but maybe there's a need for space. Maybe you need space to be able to have like a new sense of thoughts, a refreshed like mindset, and then you'll have a better ability to make a clear judgment on what to do next. Because right now there's a lot of efforting going on. There's a lot of exertion of energy, whether it's mental energy of constantly obsessing over something or this person, a lot of energy extended towards trying more than this person might be trying, to trying to make this work, and this extra energy that you're placing on this is blocking out any other feedback that might be coming in, whether it's internal or advice that might be coming towards you. That's also confirming the advice that might be coming internally, like intuitively. What I'm saying is, like, there might be nuggets of information and advice that are guiding you towards where your attention should be and where you should be focusing your energy, so you're not draining yourself and doing most of the work in this relationship. But all of that is drowned out by your stubbornness, essentially. So I'm getting like, I wanted to say Aquarius energy, but I'm feeling like Scorpio energy as well, like, and Virgo energy too. It's like this person who is like, I have to make this work. This has to work. Like, I've already seen the future. I've already seen, this is the person for me. And you could be right, but maybe your timing is off, you know? Are you able to make clear judgment of your situation and the position that you're in and the emotional state that you're in? Like, are you freaking out? Are you, like, doing damage control when it really just needs to breathe, you know? So, oh shoot. I don't like that one. So let's see. And if you're not familiar with your birth chart, but you're curious, there is a link in the description box for you to figure that out. If you have your time of birth, it's a lot more specific. So I always put that resource at the bottom of my videos because I'm always like been drawn to astrology. And if I say a sign, it doesn't necessarily mean that's your sun sign. So what does group 1 need to know about love right now? Any messages right now for your situation? Group 1, group 1, group 1. I feel like there's also a way to renew the situation through some quiet time, some giving yourself some space. We have Page of Swords, Knight of Cups. So there's potential to come at this with fresh eyes. And I feel like your mind is going. I feel like this group is very intuitive. So there's like this blocking out of your intuition when it comes to what to do in this situation. I think you need to drop a little bit of pride, a little bit of control. Yeah, I'm getting strong Scorpio energy. A little bit of control of what you think is right, and just give it some space. It doesn't mean like you can't come back to the situation. And the Chariot, yeah. The Chariot in reverse. And then we have the Strength card. Okay, yeah. The Strength card to me is just emphasis on stubbornness. But it also just shows like your dedication, maybe there's a concept that you have of surrounding like loyalty, and specifically I heard the phrase ride or die, and maybe you feel like that portrays a sense of strength and resilience and ability, like, oh, I can get through this because of my loyalty. I'm able to make this last because I'm so loyal to this. There's still a way to stand by that, and also let something breathe and let it kind of I don't know why undo itself is the word, but it's like allowing it to allowing yourself to mend it, leaving it alone while you're also trying to, like, you're staying loyal to it, leaving this relationship alone for a second, whether it's giving it a space, taking a break so that you can kind of listen into your intuition to understand like what you really need to do. So we have Chariot in reverse, Knight of Cups in reverse, which I just feel like there's a lot of doing when there needs to be a space of inaction just for this moment, while, because I feel like it's just breeding a lot of anxiety and a lot of worry, and also maybe reeks of desperation and over efforting, when like what you're being told is to do the opposite, which might be kind of scary. So one thing I do want to emphasize is like the advice here is to do the opposite of what you're doing. Whatever is causing anxiety, whatever is causing you to just be extra and do too much, go the other direction so that you can hear yourself, your inner wisdom, your inner guidance, or even the people around you who are trying to kind of mirror to you what your inner wisdom is trying to tell you. So maybe there's somebody coming to you giving you advice, and it's similar to the advice you would have given yourself, but you've been ignoring it because you've been so stubborn, and you have this specific way and vision that you see this relationship going. And all it really might need is just time and space to breathe. Time and space to really decide, like, if you're going about it the right way. If this is the direction you want to be going. So we have the heart chakra card. Pros are empath, personal power emerges, sensitive, boundaries, receptive. The element is air and fire. And the cons are receptive, boundaries, lack of boundaries, drowning in emotions, jealousy, insecure, isolation due to sensitivity. So, divine order in reverse. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. So there's a lesson here that you're blocking, and I also feel like the boundaries that you lack are you giving yourself the space, or even the other person might be just needing space. They might be withdrawing, but you're trying really, really hard to get some kind of answer from them or communication from them, and it's just disrupting the divine order of things. It's disrupting the way that things are meant to unfold, and they probably would unfold better without you touching it and constantly checking in on it. And your anxiety might be causing you to come off a little bit desperate because you're just like, what's going on? What's going on? Are we good? Are we good? But it's and the other word that came out was insecurity for me. Insecurity. You're needing to find a way to emotionally regulate and vent this out. Like, go and hang out with friends that you might not have been hanging out with since this relationship. Like, go do something that you know will put you in a space of peace and joy, and just trust that, like, this is going to work out by you not doing anything at all. Giving it space, taking time to think, extremes, and attraction. Yeah, this group is just a little bit intense. As far as this attraction card, though, I feel like you just need to know that you just need to know that everything's going to be fine. And the insecurity is what's making you feel like it's not. It's not that you're not attractive, whether it's physically or energetically. It's not that you can't have what you are desiring. It's just the fact that you feel insecure, which is making you act this way. I just want to say, like, chill out. Everything's going to be fine. It's just like focusing on yourself is the priority right now. And then, like, all of the other answers that you're looking for will come to you. It's kind of like the idea where, like, you finally are starting to get over someone, or you finally start to focus your attention on yourself, and then you get that text or that conversation that you've been waiting for. This is the energy that I'm getting from this group. And I'm looking back at this heart chakra card again because you're sensitive, receptive, and empathic. Like, maybe it's to a detriment to where you may be overreading a situation or making these false assumptions about, like, how somebody else feels, and not even giving them the time to figure out what they feel, how they feel. Advice for group 1. Advice for group 1. Yeah, I'm getting like there is medicine in my shadow. Wow. So this to me feels like this time that you're needing, these triggers that's coming up in this relationship. I'm sorry, my my chair's squeaky. It's a little creaky. I wanted, as I was shuffling, I was like, I'm feeling a strong Venus and Scorpio energy, or Mars and Scorpio energy. But I'm feeling as though the shadow card is just, let's see. I keep getting distracted by the other cards. Healthy boundaries keep me centered and balanced. And that's in reverse here. But with this shadow, there's medicine in my shadow. This is giving me the impression that there's some wounding or some triggers that have been coming up, and there may be a pattern in other relationships where you've acted this way, you felt this way, you felt the need to control, you felt a strong sense of insecurity about allowing something to be whilst other things are unfolding, or people are trying to understand how they feel, or people come out from contemplation to have this conversation that you're wanting to have. So I feel like there is a need to reflect on how this isn't an unfamiliar scenario, how there may be some patterns in your relationships that are showing up time and time again, and how you can integrate those and learn from them, and also take some of the blame, some of the superficial blame off of yourself, and see that maybe you're not feeling the ways that you're feeling because someone is doing something wrong, but maybe because someone has hurt you and has acted the similar way. Maybe because you've seen this happen before and this was the outcome last time. Maybe because you have certain ideas and assumptions about this person's behavior. And if you're lumping them in a group of people that you've dealt with in the past, you're not really seeing them clearly because everyone is an individual. But I also don't want to disown the fact that, or discredit the fact that you may not be seeing things clearly. So one part of it may be you're not seeing them clearly because of your triggers, and the other part may be you might not be seeing them clearly in a more like realistic sense. So you might not be seeing clearly that they're not doing anything wrong, or you might not be seeing clearly that they actually are doing some things. They're not respecting your boundaries, or you're not setting any boundaries. So there's a lot of like mix of scenarios that this could be, but either way there's an emphasis of like understanding what might be blurring the lenses of you making the proper judgment about this relationship. Are you setting proper boundaries? Is this person disrespecting you? Are they just maybe a different type of person who processes their emotions internally and then tells you what's going on, and you might be forcing them to tell you when they're not ready and they haven't really come to a full conclusion yet and aren't able to explain things quite yet. So I feel like it could be either or, but there's a need to kind of step away to be able to understand that and look at the situation more clearly. I know in many situations, if not all of my relationships, where whenever I was in the presence of that person, I wasn't thinking as clearly as I was whenever I was away from them. And I noticed I was feeling differently when I was away from certain people I was seeing. I was able to really discern what they were doing, and if I was in approval of it, or if I wasn't, if I was judging it and projecting on it, or if I wasn't. So that might be you as well. And being empathic might muddle the waters of your judgment as well, like I said, with this heart chakra card. So, and then I feel the need to tell somebody, like, don't always give people the benefit of the doubt. Don't. So whichever camp you're in, like, there's a need for someone to just respect themselves more. I feel like there's more of you who, I feel like most and majority of you are trying too hard, and you're used to always trying too hard in a relationship. But there's more of you who are trying too hard as a way of showing your worth, and it's attracting people who are taking advantage of it. And there might be a few of you who are still in that paradigm and that, like, embodiment of thinking you need to try hard, and you're actually in a relationship with somebody who doesn't need you to do all that. They love you without having to do all that. And it's causing you to not be able to presently enjoy the relationship that you're in, and how, like, great it is, because you're still acting like the person who was taken advantage of, or who had to prove themselves by being super extra and over the top with your like ways of affection and what you have to offer. I hope this is making sense. I've been rambling. Advice affirmation for group 1. Advice affirmation for group 1. I am safe to be my true authentic self. Okay. I am becoming a better version of myself every day. So there's definitely a need to shed. Like, you don't have to be the same person who puts everything out on the line. Like, considering the fact that you can be somebody who does less, not that you're just, like, sitting on your ass, not in that way, but you're a person who is magnetic and who doesn't need to try so hard to get love, to receive love, to be treated well. And the places that you aren't trying enough are, to me, boundaries, setting boundaries, speaking up for yourself, and really delving in on, like, the past a little bit to see, like, what your patterns are, and if this is just how you've been operating, and how you can undo some of that wiring, that faulty wiring. And then we have the universe totally supports me, supports every thought I choose to think and to believe. I feel like this is emphasizing the negative thoughts that you may be having, the insecurities that may be causing turmoil in a good relationship, and causing self-betrayal and abuse, and a bad one that you're not seeing is bad. So I feel like I was finally able to articulate towards the end of that. But wow, that's really powerful. It's really powerful and a little bit triggering reading. That's beautiful though. Group 1, I feel like you guys are sweet. You guys have so much to offer, and someone can feel that. If you're an energy person, I feel like I am. I truly believe that if you have a lot to offer, if you're a catch, someone will sense that without you having to even lift a finger. And that's what makes someone powerful. They don't have to do anything. Like, let's think about that. Is someone more powerful to you if you see them and people just want to do things for them? Or is a powerful person someone who does everything, who takes control, who doesn't want to ask for help, who doesn't know how to receive? Which is another thing I want to emphasize too before I hop off. How is your receiving muscle? Is it weak or is it strong? Are you someone who and you can look at this at how you operate at work, at how you operate just in general. Are you someone who asks for help? You don't want to be bothered by cooperating with somebody, or allowing somebody to step in and assist you, even in that simplest of ways, because that can also affect your ability to receive love. Or would you say that you're in the middle of working on your receiving muscle, or is it strong? Are you really all for and in support of somebody stepping in and allowing you to receive, and helping you? So that is one thing I think you should ask. I think that's the beginning of your delving into any patterns that you may have, and becoming more aware of how you show up in these relationships, and how that could be the reason why you're in the situation and position that you're in right now. So accountability. When you become more aware, there's also a level of accountability and responsibility for being where you are right now. So group 1, that is your reading. I hope that came out clearly. Again, sometimes I can get ahead of myself when it comes to my words and my thoughts. One's always faster than the other. But thank you for visiting. I hope that was helpful. Let me know down below. Like, share, and subscribe for more readings, and I hope to see y'all again soon. Oh my gosh. Hello, group 2. If you chose Divine Sensuality, Making Love Erotica, in reverse, number 22, this is your reading, your general love messages. When I was shuffling this pile, I got a lot of I got strong Leo energy. I have a link in the description box down below if you want to delve into your astrology chart. Time of birth makes it more specific, but I got strong, almost kind of controlling, a little bit domineering energy. The feminine is in the masculine right now. That's what it feels like. So we have integrity and star recognition in reverse. 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and 6 of Cups. Let's see. Yeah, the other thing too that came up was a warped sense of what's feminine. This group might be being feminine based off of what they're seeing and not what they actually think is feminine, which is blurring their ability to really see their worth. So you might, which is also why you may be being more, you might think you're in your feminine, but you're more in your masculine. And you're not allowing the masculine in your life, regardless of gender. I just want to throw that out there. You're not allowing the masculine in your life to show up the way that you want them to. And you're just being a little bit controlling. So we have 5 of Swords, 9 of Swords, and 6 of Cups. I feel like there's a need to be a little bit more playful. And to there's a little bit of a recklessness with your choice of words. Maybe there's an argument that happened and I don't know why I'm getting either the argument humbled you in some sort of way. Maybe you saw yourself in what wasn't working because of this situation, or maybe like in general, like the way that you communicate pushes people away. Like you're a little bit brash, or maybe a little bit disrespectful with the way that you communicate. Maybe you communicate. I'm seeing more images than I'm getting words. It's almost like someone who really, really wants to be heard, and so the way that your words come across kind of just makes people not want to hear you more. So there's a need to kind of bring in some sort of like a softness, a lightness, and a lightness to the way that you present yourself. There's a need to bring a new approach to the way that you express your desires and what you need. I'm getting strong fire energy. Aries, Venus in Aries, Mars in Aries, Leo. Yeah, I feel like there's a need to balance your polarities, your masculine and your feminine polarities. Information for group 2 on love. Information group 2 on love. This is all over the place. Three of Cups, Seven of Cups. I feel like, and I was getting a little bit of bratty energy, not gonna lie. There's like a sense of it's like a defense mechanism of my way or the highway type of thinking. Like if something's not working out, you just drop it. You just let it go. You may even be, like I said earlier, a little reckless with your words, but I feel like it's a defense mechanism. You're like, I don't deserve this. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Like, if you can't cooperate, then there's something wrong with you. And there's a cycle of doing this, and it's pushing people away. I feel like there might have been a past of dealing with people who took you for granted. And this isn't just relationships, but like friendships as well. And having to sort of learn how to walk away. And now it's kind of become extreme on the other end, where you're just not afraid to cut anyone off, and you're not really giving people a chance to speak their mind. I don't know if there's a history of like verbal abuse or bullying. There's like a strong sense of like needing to be heard with this group. Okay, so we have the solar plexus card, needing to be heard and seen. Pros are easygoing, lighthearted, creative, high energy, extroverted, healthy sexuality, confidence, radiance. Element is water, and the cons are self-absorbed, attention-seeking, overpowering, energy or light, high sex drive, hyperactive, and childish. Okay, so we have Cosmic Gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic, powerful, miraculous changes are occurring. Experiencing grace. call to action in reverse. Commander Ashtar, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk in reverse. And experiencing grace, share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. It's like this group needs to sort of hone in on their power. Like it's kind of spilling everywhere and burning people. It's like a chart with so much fire. Like learning how to yield your wand properly without hurting other people. And also letting other people lead sometimes. Letting other people take charge. And not seeing that as weak. And always having to take the reins to show your power and your strength. To prove yourself almost. But this group is obviously very powerful. You have your own vision in your way that you want things to go. But sometimes I feel that this group steps on other people in the path of doing that. Okay, that's crazy. Action in reverse and the masculine in reverse. Wow. And then we have call to action in reverse. When I see the masculine in reverse, it's like this toxic masculinity that's being portrayed as divine femininity. I feel like this is, I hope, I got this feeling in my stomach. It's just like there's a need to soften and re-examine how you're coming at people. Maybe you've been scorned by the masculine. This group might feel the need like to dominate because of what they've been through with men or masculine energy. And so they're almost like abusing their natural power to prove a point, to come down on people. And then in turn, like, and I mentioned bullying earlier. Maybe this group was bullied. I wanted to say, because action is in reverse so not so often, but action reverse is here twice. I'm wondering if someone cut you down at a point. And I kept thinking, like, maybe there's some of you who, like, you're trying to almost find your voice and your masculinity to balance it out. But it's like you've become sort of a caricature of that, and you've in turn become even more imbalanced. So maybe some of you, like, were very soft at a point, and that was your natural nature, was to be soft and observant and very sweet and optimistic and sort of a romantic. And then one too many times people just did not see who you were. They took you for granted. And then so I'm getting like a fight or flight or freeze now that I'm like opening this can of worms. So I feel like some of you took that trauma or abuse or being taken advantage of, and you fought back by just being aggressive and walking all over people because you were cut off from speaking your truth for so long. And maybe another part of you in this group just kind of like gave up. And I'm seeing this with the action in reverse. And also the share your gifts with grace in reverse. So some of you may be domineering. You went that route. And the others of you almost just shrunk yourselves because of this. And I keep getting childhood in the Six of Cups, like there was some bullying, maybe someone broke your heart, or you had some relationships where people just took you for granted. My emotions move through cycles and connect me to my truth. In reverse, I am of the earth and in harmony with nature. In reverse, which is so crazy. With focus, intention, I can shape energy in any direction. So again, this is upright. So it's like you're aware of your power. We're seeing a lot of like mentions of like yin yang. We have black and white here. We have like mirroring here. I think this is the seed of life. I think. I'm pretty sure I've painted that before. It's the seed of life. And then earth. I am of the earth and in harmony with nature, which again makes me think of like earth being feminine, and then the masculine, the sun and the moon. And then we have my emotions move through cycles and connect me to my truth in reverse. So there's like this like imbalancing, like I said, of your polarities. So I am in harmony with nature. There's a masculine part of nature and there's a feminine part of nature, and this is in reverse, which again points me back to my original thing of there's like this imbalance with this group, whether it's you have become maybe ultra feminist and you're like F men, they aren't this, they aren't that, or you have allowed people to beat you down and taken your fire away, whatever that was. Maybe you used to speak up more when you were younger, and maybe the school system took your voice. Maybe there was a bully that took your voice. Maybe there was a relationship that took your voice. And some of you have numbed yourselves of your emotions, or your emotions are sporadic and, again, chaotic here with the harmony in reverse. So maybe some of you, like, you have these outbursts and you just kind of like spew acid on people when they don't agree with you, or they want to take their turn to talk, or somebody might talk over you and that triggers you to blow up, or you internalize your emotions and implode. I don't really have an example of implosion. Maybe you just go MIA for months because you're processing all these emotions that you allowed to just kind of like overtake, or allowed to just dissolve. You dismiss these emotions, or you just throw them back at other people, and people who might not even deserve it. But there's like this awareness of your power. At the same time, it's just yielding it correctly. Like, even the ones who have let life beat them down, or have let love beat them down, or lack thereof of true love being expressed to you beat you down. It's like, I feel like the quiet ones here know that they have something to say, know that there's a gift within them, know that they have something to express, but they're just not allowing it to come through. And there's that masculine in reverse again. You're not taking action on these ideas. You're not allowing people to see and recognize you for the star that you are. You're hiding. You're hiding yourself. And it's like different sides of the same coin here. So I find love everywhere I go. It's all around me. I love and accept myself as I am, and everything in my life works. I am at peace with my past. Wow. And the Six of Cups definitely emphasizes a past energy where something happened that brought you to where you are today. And there's just like, both faces to me look defeated, at least in the topic of the energy of this group. They look defeated, like they're tired. Like the part of the group that's tired is tired. That's the part of the group that is super combative and defensive is tired of fighting, and the other part of the group that might be a lot softer and may have gone more with the flight and freeze response to their situation is tired of being inferior, tired of not fighting. So I feel like whoever's in this group needs to talk to the other person who is allowing life to just take their voice away, and the other part of the group who is always fighting. Like, y'all need to get together and kind of like merge and get advice from each other, almost, like, or just like take a bit of each other's fire or chill. I don't know if that makes any sense. There just needs to be a balancing and an acknowledgement that you can't continue on this way. You can't continue on shutting yourself up and taking your own voice away, because this might not even be the crazy part about things that happened to us in the past that affect us today is like those bullies, those people who broke our hearts, those people who verbally, mentally, physically abused us, those narcissists, they might not be in our lives anymore, but now we're doing the work for them by taking our voice away, and no one else in our lives is doing that anymore, but now we're doing that. We've taken on that job. Or trying to think of an example with the other half of this group. I can't really think of one as far as like the constant fighting and being on defense. I mean, that can create an unnecessary vulnerability as well, because everything upsets you, and you're giving people the energy exchange. You're giving people your energy by responding in such a way. And some people might not even be trying to trigger you, but the ones that are, and the ones that have, that were trying to get a rise out of you, they're siphoning off your beautiful power and energy, which you can always have. It's always available to you, but do they deserve that? And you can ask that on both ends. Does this person who isn't trying to trigger you deserve you blowing up at them? And does this person who is trying to trigger you and get a rise out of you, do they deserve that response too? So, yeah. This reading has been very interesting, to say the least. Very, very powerful messages. I don't usually do readings on love. I try to avoid it because they can become really addicting. I know that firsthand, but these messages are way different than what I thought they would be. Anyway, yeah, that was my little tangent. Y'all are powerful, though. Y'all are very powerful, very magnetic. And the ones that are like on 100 need to just come down a little bit. And the ones that are on like 5% need to come up. Like, y'all both have something to share and something to be seen for. Something that should be heard and expressed. But maybe in just different ways. Just maybe not different ways, but to be balanced out. To be in more balance. Wow, okay, that was really cool. That was really cool. Thank y'all for stopping by. Let me know what little nuggets you pulled from this reading down below in the comments section. Like, share, and subscribe for more readings like this one. And I hope to see y'all again soon. Hello, Group 3. Welcome to your reading, your general love reading. The groups have been really interesting so far. Every time I pick a topic, it's like I have low-key expectations for what the messages are going to be like, and then I'm always surprised And so it's always fun when I do different topics because I really can't ever guess how it's going to unfold. Yeah, so let's see. With your group, I think y'all got a good bit of cards, honestly. Y'all are the Homeland group, number 44. Arrival, a journey's end, establishment, building, and settled. So, I'm not gonna lie, this gave me like separation, breakup vibes. Like, it felt like a long time coming type of situation. Like, you're coming home to yourself sort of energy. So we have change, dream. Oh, okay. I remember undulation and completion. So, and growth. I didn't even remember drawing that card, actually. That is so funny. I didn't know I had that many cards from that deck. I love these cards. They're my favorite. I'm always using them. Yeah, so this group felt very strongly like y'all were getting out of a relationship that you needed to be out of for a while. And this may be your first time being alone or single, or it's your first time being single in a really long time. So maybe the relationship wasn't bad, but it was just like you felt a call to have some time alone, and finally you've kind of got out of this cycle of maybe like codependency or being in relationship after relationship after relationship. And the dream card in reverse and the undulation in reverse also makes me feel as though like you were trying to make this relationship out to be something that you knew it wasn't, and you're finally accepting reality with it. So like emphasis on completion, like completion of a cycle, completion of an illusion, completion of hanging on to I'm getting the analogy of like hanging on to old clothes that don't fit you anymore after you've lost weight, and you're keeping them for whatever reason. Like, why? There's no reason. 10 of Cups in reverse, 10 of Swords. Again, an emphasis on the end of like, this looks painful, so it's like a relationship that wasn't really balanced. It wasn't feeding you. It wasn't feeding you as much as you were feeding it. This feels like if you're coming from group 1, hi. I feel like some of you are coming from group 1. I feel like this is like some people will see group 1 and also be drawn to group 3 because this is like a foreshadowing of what could possibly be, or like an extra added to whatever was going on with group 1. So there's 10 of Cups in reverse, which also alludes me to the dream in reverse as well. Like you're letting go of this partnership that may have started great, or I'm also getting, oh my gosh, I told myself I would take my time with wording and thinking because I can ramble. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's like the release of a relationship and the idea of what the relationship could be. The release of the reality and the release of the potential, which can be more painful than releasing what actually happened. The time that you put into it, the effort, the years, it could have been years that you guys were together, months to years is what I'm getting, that you put your investment into the situation and trying to make it work, because, and maybe both of you were like, this could still be a good idea, but not right now. Like, we both have things. I'm getting really young energy, and I mean, I'm young too, but just like maybe like a sweetheart, a high school sweetheart, and now you're like in your early 20s, or, you know, maybe you feel like at a certain point you felt like you found the one. Like, this is the guy, this is the girl, this is the person for me. But some things may have come up that made you guys need to separate and come back home to yourselves. There's a need to, like, a coming of age, like a need for time to develop yourselves and be alone and just kind of grow, like, separately, like these branches. They, you know, they grow off and do their own thing, grow their own set of cherry blossoms on their own. So there's like a need for self-development here, outside of this relationship, outside of the identity of being in this relationship. And it's quite freeing. It's a freeing time. It's a good place to be, even if you don't feel that way right now. It's this is good. This is great territory. You're not dependent on someone else. And maybe for some of you, you grew apart. You're just in different phases right now, is what I want to emphasize with this relationship. It's not that, like, it's all bad. Maybe someone didn't have the bandwidth to give as much as you were giving, or vice versa, and they have some healing to do. Or, like, your focuses are different now. Like, someone wanted to start a business and, like, give more time to that. Or someone wanted to move and someone wanted to stay, and you both had, like, development to align with in different places, you know? Like, it feels like a very, like, coming of age type of vibe of, like, each other, both parties needed to just have some time to just develop and learn yourselves, heal, set some just individual foundations before looking at this, coming back to this. So I don't want to, like, give out this vibe of false hope either. But that message keeps coming out as, like, it just wasn't time, or you weren't ready. And maybe you weren't ready for this person wasn't ready for you, or neither of y'all are ready for a relationship in general. So you're kind of learning to stand on your own 2 feet. And again, I was getting, like, a youthful, like, energy, whether you're young or not, but just this, like, freshness of, like, wow, okay, I can go back to my creative endeavors that I may have neglected because of this relationship, because I put so much energy in this relationship. Wow. I remember I'm looking at this binder that I have, this binder that I made a while back when I first came up with the business name for myself. And, like, it's, like, in my closet. My closet's, like, to the right of me. So I'm getting also this energy of, like, you're cleaning things out. I'm getting an is that the Eminem song, Cleaning Out My Closet? Oh my gosh, I'm rambling again. I'm getting this vision, this image of a person who, after separation, you go through all these old things and you find, like, these unfinished projects that you started and you just kind of got, like, taken away from because of how much energy you needed to put in this relationship. And so, like, priorities are changing, like, interests are changing, and you're just kind of both transforming and figuring out what you want. And again, like I was saying, I got this energy of, like, coming home to yourself. Wow, we have the death card. Wow, just this feels like a very pivotal moment. I don't know if the relationship was, like, your first relationship, like your first, like, true love. I don't know. It feels, like, really intense. Or maybe the ending was intense. It feels like either, like, the ending of a really, like, huge relationship. Okay, okay. I saw the Fool and I wanted to put it down, but I'm just gonna, I'm so sorry I'm rambling so much. It's just so much, there's so much to say. It's like when you haven't seen your girlfriend in months and she comes into town and you're like, oh my gosh, tea. That's just how I feel like I read cards. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, there's so much to say. Okay, breathe. Okay, it's exciting. I feel this feeling of excitement. Like, this is transformative. You both are, and I keep bringing both of you in this conversation. I feel like there's a lot of love here. I feel like there was like a friendship that was also tied into this romantic entanglement. There was like a friend, like, a friend. What am I? Shh. Okay. Okay. What I'm saying is, I feel like there wasn't just a separation from a partner, but like a partner in crime, like a friend, like. So I keep bringing this person up too, but I just feel like there's a need to talk about them. Like, y'all are kind of a duo still. I don't know if you still kind of talk to them. Like, y'all are still in contact. Like, it was a very like civil separation and a mutual thing of like knowing like, okay, I have some things to work on. I know you have some things that you're trying to build. So it just feels like when I see the death card, it feels so positive. Like, y'all are starting a journey of coming into yourselves and developing into like more developed adults. I didn't want to use the same word twice. We have Knight of Wands. I'm 10 of Cups in reverse again at the bottom of the deck, and then the Artist, and then the Fool again. Okay. The Artist is a card that's unique to this deck. So I'm just gonna. Anyway, I don't need to explain that out loud. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there is this release of this like beautiful potential. The beautiful potential of who you both could be when you were together. Or, well, wow, okay. There's this release of this potential of what could have been, right? Which happens a lot when we break up with people, and it's not necessarily like anything was wrong, but things could have been better. They weren't great. So it's just like interesting, because as I was saying that, it's like, oh my gosh, we let go of the potential of what could have been. But when you let that go, you open yourself up of the potential of what you guys can be individually, which may in some sense bring about an even higher potential of what could be with you both if you separate now and then maybe rekindle things later on. Again, I'm not trying to give false hope, but it just feels like this relationship, like I'm feeling the potential of the relationship as well. Like, but there's this need to have some space to develop yourselves, to grow, and to come back to this at a later time. But there's so much, I think I'm also feeling excitement and potential for your endeavors as well. So we have the Knight of Wands and the Artist, which is just like newness and pure potentiality. There's like a sense of like fresh ambition for like what is in store, what is to come. So the death that's happened again, like I said earlier, there's like an excitement. It's like, oh my gosh, like I have recently started to adapt to the idea, especially with this group. This group is just giving me like fresh eyes. Like I'm feeling like I'm the energy of cultivating a vision board type of vibes. Like you're learning new things. You're sort of there's a death of one dream and a potential of a new one with this Knight of Wands and this artist. Like, maybe your lens is widening now that you're out of this relationship, because it's one less thing that your mind has to worry about, one less thing that your energy is focused on. So now you can focus on yourself. And I don't know, it's just like, I'm just excited. I'm just so excited. Like, you're letting go of something and letting it come back anew as something else, whether it's this relationship that you let go of or are letting go of or have let go of. But it's like a death to the identity, that the person that you were in that relationship, which may not have been your best. A death to the person that they were, which may not have been their best. A death to maybe your original ideal or your bar. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of like a death to like the bar of your expectations, and now you can build a higher bar of your expectations for what you want in a relationship and in a partner. So there's just so much, like, oh my gosh, there's just so much. I still have cards over here too, which is so funny. I've been talking so much about this group because I'm so excited, and then I look over and there's still like a stack of cards to interpret. And it's just another like symbolism of like, there's so much to see, there's so much to do, there's so much to be excited about, like there's so much to say still. So we have the third chakra card: expressive, vocal, singer, nice voice, talkative, writer, calm, chill. I don't know why I put cuddles. The element is air and sound. And then the cons are brash, harsh, sucks at listening, talks over others, fear of speaking, shy, and suppressed. So, emphasis on expression, which I did feel like a surge of energy with this group of just like, I have so much to talk about and share about my journey. Like, maybe you want to start making content. Maybe you are artistic, you know. I'm seeing that a lot with like the colors and the cups, the dreams, the ability to see the potential of things. I'm feeling like Pisces energy. Scorpio energy here, Leo energy, Aquarius came up randomly. I don't know. If you're curious about astrology, I have a link in the description box also if you want to look into your birth chart. The time of birth will give you more detail. I just wanted to put that out there. Psychic insight, Odin. Diana, focused intention. Oh yeah, that was the other thing with this group. I kept getting distracted. Like, I kept having distractions come in and getting distracted when I was shuffling this group. Like, people were texting me, I was getting distracted by that, stuff like that. So there may be a need to recognize when you're getting distracted. And this relationship may have been one of the bigger distractions, keeping you from whatever insights that you're getting. I feel like this group has a big vision. A vision of things to build before they settle down. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. Diana, focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best outcome. Yeah, so this group has big dreams and desires of what they want to do. And so I think that's why it's like bittersweet. This death of this situation is bittersweet because now, you know, you let someone go that you really care about, but now you have so much time and so much more energy to focus on what you really want to be doing. Faith, darkness, unexpected. Wow. So I'm feeling this period of solitude, alone time with this darkness card, and the unexpected too. Oh my gosh. Faith, darkness, the unexpected. This all feels like focused intention and psychic insight. This all feels like you're tapping into a space of the unknown. So I'm seeing dream in reverse as something different now too. As I'm looking at these oracle cards, it's like you are going to be given a vision or you might have a vision already, and you aren't gonna always see the steps ahead. You aren't gonna always have the clearest vision of what comes to head either. But you just have to have faith in what you're seeing. You're like walking in the dark. You're being guided in the dark in some points, and there may be moments where you're like, "Is this it?" Like I'm so confused. I trust my inner voice. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. My mind is my tool to use any way that I wish. I'm gonna shuffle again and see what else comes out. But you just have so much energy. Like oh my gosh, there's so much energy. Like I'm getting Gemini, Venus in Gemini. My future is an ideal projection of what I envision now. Again, emphasis on a vision. So Aquarius, Gemini, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, a little bit of Aries, but Sagittarius and Leo more, especially because Sag has to do with just like pointing your arrow to a target and going forward with vigor, and having a vision and an expansive, I'm feeling like Jupiter in Sagittarius, or Sagittarius moon, Gemini Venus, oh my gosh. Yeah, but there's just this like not always having a clear picture, but using the picture that you were given. So you'll be in the dark sometimes, whether it's you're in solitude or you're not sure what to do next, and you just have to be connected with yourself, with your original vision and whatever nuggets that you're being given. You need to focus your energy and your intention and know that I'm hearing there's no plan B. When people, and I've been listening to a lot of talks recently, I'm obsessed with them, like of successful people, but sometimes you won't always know. Like there's always a point in these talks or these experiences where people become successful where they're not sure if this next step is the right one, because they're not really getting much communication from their intuition, or they're not really sure what's the next step. But they have to just trust, even if it's like a risk-taking step forward or a risk-taking move, they have to just trust. So there's going to be a couple of times on your path where you're like, I don't know where this is going, but I just like there's no plan B. I don't know where this is going, but I wasn't given this vision for no reason. I don't know where this is going, but like I just trust. I just have to trust myself. I mean, wow. It's so crazy because this is a general love reading, and like these messages are completely different from what I was expecting. But I'm kind of speechless, honestly. This group is probably I don't want to say the most powerful, but it's just like your general love message is loving yourself and your vision that is birthing from you. Having faith in yourself. Having faith that if something is meant to be, it will be, as far as this relationship, and that you have a bigger fish to fry. And the energy of love is, at this point in your journey, the energy of love is being pointed inward and out towards your vision that you're building that may not have been materialized yet. And you're drawing that love back within and away from this relationship. So for some of you, because I kept speaking very well of this person, I really feel like, one, this group is unconditionally loving. Two, I feel like sometimes, and you may be learning this too, people are separated not because there's something wrong or they're not meant to be together, but because they have missions to fulfill before they even open up their energies to love and partnership, because forming this takes a lot of energy. And once you have the foundation, like I said earlier, like once you and this other person, or just let's let's focus on you, because I keep bringing them up. They're like, I feel like y'all are still friends or something. Yeah, once you build this foundation and it's like grown, and that plant can sustain itself, then something might unfold, you know, as far as love. But you kind of have this huge vision, this business, this idea, like this career path, I don't know, that God has, and I hope I'm not offending anyone by using the word God, but that's the word that I like to use, that God has for you to focus on right now. It's not about partnership right now. You have something bigger than that. No offense. Partnership is great, but you have something a little bit bigger than that that needs your attention right now more than love. So, and that's where your love is going, to this vision, to trusting your inner voice, to these insights. It's really powerful. This group is so powerful. All right, group 3, that was so fun. That was so much fun. I'm so happy. Thank you guys for visiting. Definitely come back and see me, browse the channel. I'm like at a loss for words. Browse the channel, comment, and let me know what stuck out for you, if this was helpful. Thank you so much. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye.